Hello, my name's Tom. I work here at Cornell Farm. I work with the fountains and pots and ironwork. And I also love to forage for mushrooms. It's one of my biggest hobbies. And tonight at the cafe, chef has a 4-course meal planned, and chanterelles are going to be featured heavily in the second course. He's making a mushroom risotto. It sounds amazing. He brought in this special Italian rice called aquarelli rice that brought in just for this. And to go with the mushrooms, there's other earthy tones like celery root, carrots, and crispy prosciutto, microgreens. It's going to be perfect. Totally hearty and perfect for a cold, rainy October day. So I picked these this morning from the woods. I've been doing this for almost 10 years. My grandpa showed me a couple spots in the Oregon Coast Range and what to look for, and I've been hooked ever since. And it's really fun. It's like a little treasure hunt. You see, they're gold in color, and it's truly a treasure hunt. And then you get to go home and eat them, and they're delicious. So it's the perfect fall hobby. Here's some other ones I got today. So this is a chanterelle mushroom. They're pretty unique. There's really only one other mushroom out in the woods here in Oregon that looks remotely similar, and once you look at it closely, there's no question that this is what you want to get. It's got the irregular top as opposed to like a perfect circle, and it's got false gills. See, compared to like a portobello, you look at the underside and it looks like a filing cabinet, but this is just kind of ridges. It's also matte finish, it's not slimy. Another thing I'll say is when you find one, you've probably found a lot more, because when the when the mycelium has enough nutrients and the conditions are perfect to reproduce, it reproduces with multiple fruiting bodies. That's what these are. Now I'll talk about how to go out into the woods and find these mushrooms. As far as where to go, I'm not going to say exactly where to go, but as you go west out on 26 or on Highway 6 towards Tillamook, as soon as you get up into the Coast Range Mountains, any side road you could pull off into and you'll probably find some mushrooms. It's a large area that they grow in out there. It just has to be fall, and it has to have rained. The rain really signals the growth of these mushrooms. So if it's September and it hasn't rained yet, you're probably not going to find any. And how to do it is you start going on a forest walk and go slowly and scan the ground. You're really looking for this color. This color stands out against the brown pine needle duff and the fallen leaves. And sometimes they'll be sticking out of the ground just like that, and it'll be obvious. But sometimes they'll be 99% covered by pine needles. And so it's really just about if you happen to look at it at the right angle. So there's the technique of looking uphill, because if a mushroom pops out of the ground like this, you can see the underside of the gills that way, compared to if you're looking down at it, you'll only see pine needles. And then not giving up. It might be 30 minutes between finding a patch of them. And then I guess the last tip I'll say is try to go somewhere where nobody else has been. You know, if there's a bunch of other cars there or you see footprints, maybe try going somewhere else. So the other reason I like slopes is the going's a little tougher, and so there's less likely to be other foragers out there to find it. Okay, so and then the last topic I wanted to talk about is safety. When my mom first heard I was going mushroom foraging, she thought I was going to hurt myself. And it's true, there are mushrooms out there that can hurt you. They're bad to eat. But if you're going for chanterelles, it's, like I said, they're easy to identify. And so you're not confusing these mushrooms with a handful of other things that look the same. Also, another rule to follow is just don't eat anything when you're in the woods. That might sound straightforward, but and raw chanterelles don't taste like much anyway. But just as a rule, don't eat anything when you're in the middle of the woods. Another safety precaution would be to go with somebody else, and then don't stray too far from your car. I kind of do a loop where I'm never more than a quarter mile away from the car at max. And you can kind of hear the freeway, so you always have a compass direction. But going with a friend and staying near the car, those are both really good ideas. There are other mushrooms to forage out there. There's lobster mushrooms, as well as chicken of the woods, maitake. My friend has seen candy caps out there. Those are a little bit harder to identify, so just be extra careful if you're going for those. But yeah, I encourage everybody to go out and get a huge basket full of these and fry them up and enjoy.